never seen again. They vanished into history.
Created by Traveler's Tales, we have the second Chronicles of Narnia game based off of the second movie, which in turn is based off of the second book, written way back in 1951. Hopefully I won't set anyone off when I say this, but the first movie always felt to me like Lord of the Rings light. Perhaps that isn't a bad thing, but regardless, this is the Chronicles of Narnia Prince Caspain for the Nintendo Wii. I'm going to be as blunt as possible this time around. Yes, as this is a movie game, it does indeed feel rushed. It's not quite as much of a slapdash effort as some other movie-based games, but it is not fully refined. Prince Caspain retells the story in the second movie, although I hope you've already seen it or at least read the book because it fails at making a coherent presentation. Even with all the footage from the movie, deciphering just what exactly is going on can be difficult. Not that I was too inclined to put all the pieces together though, as the cutscenes seem to move at a turtle's pace. If you've played the LEGO Star Wars games before, you'll probably recognize many of its features within this game. The combat is relatively similar, the way you collect tons of useless crap is similar, and just in general, the style seems to be coming from the same collective mindset. It's far from being exactly the same, but it tastes of the same general flavor. The Chronicles of Narnia, for the uninitiated, is pure old-school fantasy with barbarians, sorcerers, giants, dwarfs, and everyone else. You get both combat-heavy gameplay here and then puzzle-oriented gameplay. The combat is very repetitive. You are given nothing but orders when you play this. Wade your way through the unlimited number of mentally deficient soldiers to take out 10 archers. Go beat that guy in the tin can hat. Take out 20 archers on the other side of the shore. Crap like that. You can hardly go 5 minutes without the game taking a break to hold your hand through the next objective. You never get to just take control and play the game the way you want to play it. You always have to do precisely as you're told. The other half of this game is even worse. The Chronicles of Narnia is filled to the brim with mundane switch activation puzzles. You must activate a set of stairs to a higher ground that your character should be able to just climb anyway, as the higher ground only comes up to his stomach. A particularly bad one was where you have to set these stones in the proper sensitive areas to knock down another stone, which in turn topples over and breaks some glass for you. Worthless glass. These kids could have just used the first stones they found and chucked them at the glass for the very same effect. Another has you moving giant rocks to create a bridge over a stream. A stream that your character should be able to just jump across that only comes up to their ankles anyway. Finally, for another ridiculous example, your character can't even make his way over a fallen tree log. Instead of just climbing over it, he needs to pick up and move a set of heavy boulders so that he can climb inside to wake up a bear, which in turn he tricks into running at the log, busting it to pieces. It's not like these puzzles are difficult or anything, just unbelievably stupid. Later on, the game stops trying to be creative and just starts to rely on having you find broken pieces to switches so you can activate them. Fans of the movie might still enjoy this game. The actual engine for the fighting is nice, as it's essentially the same one Traveler's Tales has been using for all their other games. Terrible Wii remote controls aren't shoehorned in, so you won't have to worry about that. The production values in regards to all the architecture and backgrounds are also done well enough. I can imagine that if you're an absolute fanatic about the series, being bossed around into filling so many objectives probably won't bother you as much. I would never consider recommending this game to anyone who isn't a fan though, and even then, I suggest you try before you buy. I give the Chronicles of Narnia Prince Caspain a 5 out of 10.